Hi everyone, Becky here from Notes from the Sewing Room. Thank you for joining me today. It's lovely to be back with you here on my channel after a couple of weeks break. Today I have got some makes to show you that I've been doing over the last few weeks. So if you would like to see my latest sewing projects and also a craft project as well, please do stay tuned and I'll be sharing it all with you. Well, I hope you're having a lovely day wherever you are in the world at the moment. It's absolutely gorgeous weather-wise here at the moment, and feels like it's been ages since we've had some nice sunny weather, so that's perfect in my book. So I've got a couple of bits that I want to share with you today in terms of sewing projects, as I mentioned, and I've also got a craft project to share with you as well. The first project that I wanted to share with you is actually a sewing pattern that I've never used before, but I wanted to give it a go. And this is actually the Forget Me Not Patterns Helmy blouse. So it's actually their latest sewing pattern that was released a few weeks ago. I was really lucky because I got given a copy as one of the testers. So I was fortunate enough to have it a little bit in advance to give it a go and try out, you know, all of the different features on the blouse. If you can hear some weird noise in the background, my Labrador is just having a little snooze on the bed just next to me, so you may be able to hear him, and you never know, you might see him jump down and say hi at some point as well. So the Helmy blouse is a kind of semi-fitted blouse, which is kind of perfect in my book because I don't want anything too tight and I also don't want anything that's too flowy either. It just doesn't tend to suit me too much. So I think the Helmy blouse is probably suitable for lightweight woven fabric. So I've actually used a cotton poplin for my project, but I think it would be great in cotton lawn, maybe a lightweight linen fabric, anything along those lines would be really nice, even like a floaty viscose perhaps, not sure. So my blouse is here. So I've actually used a cotton poplin, as I said, and it's actually from a recent Sew Hayley Jane box that I received. So it's a really nice fabric here. It's got little hearts all over it. As soon as I saw this fabric, I was kind of like, oh, what am I going to use it for? Shall I use it for a skirt or a dress? Or I wasn't really sure. But I had 2.5 meters of this fabric. It wasn't massively wide, I must say, but I did use all of that for this blouse. So the blouse project is a little bit fabric hungry, particularly if your fabric is a little bit narrower, like mine was. So I'm really pleased with this. So there's a couple of different options that you can do in terms of the finish around the top of the blouse. So I've actually gone for the Peter Pan collar here, as you can see. It's really nicely finished on the inside. You kind of fold the collar in on itself and do some top stitching, which is quite nice. There's actually a little facing that goes around the front section here, so you've got a kind of keyhole opening there. And then I've actually added on some ruffles onto the shoulders. It's probably quite difficult for you to see because the fabric is so busy. But I will put in some pictures of me wearing this blouse as well, so you can actually see what it looks like actually on me. So hopefully you get a little bit more of an idea of what it's actually like. The ruffles are super cute, but I would say that when I wear a cardigan with it, they end up getting a little bit funny at the back. So they end up kind of sticking up funny. But that's okay. I mean, they're hemmed along the ruffle, so they look nice on both sides, to be honest. But when I went to the bathroom at work the other day, I looked in the mirror and I was like, oh, what's going on with my ruffles at the back? They all look a little bit funny. But this top is perfect for dressing up or dressing down. So I think you could wear it with jeans or denim skirt or something like that. You could put it under a pinafore. I've actually been wearing mine into the office, which I think is quite nice. It looks really nice with a pencil skirt, or it looks nice with one of my Sew Over It tulip skirts as well. So I'm really pleased with this. So it's actually got some darts to add a little bit of shaping on the back of the blouse down here. So that's really nice. There's only 2 darts in the front around the bust area. So it was actually, for a blouse project, I felt like it came together quite easily, quite quickly. So if you are new to sewing, or you've perhaps made a few projects before, or perhaps you're more of a, you know, an advanced sewer and you're looking for quite a straightforward project, I would definitely recommend this one and just give it a try. There are, like I said, different options for around the collar area if you'd like to try that. You can add a little ruffle around the collar if you wanted to, and there's an option to add a little tie as well. If you do see me looking down, I've got my laptop here, so I'm just trying to share all of the different details with you. In terms of the sizing, I actually made a size 34. before. So I'm a UK size 10, so if that helps. I didn't make any changes in terms of the sizing, but I'm pleased with, you know, how it worked out. It's a good fit for me around the shoulder, around the waist, and the length is pretty good as well. I am quite tall, I'm 5'10", so if you are you know, more petite than me or taller than me, then you may want to have a look at the pattern pieces and just see how it works for you. This project is available as a PDF download. So I actually sent mine off to a copy shop to be printed, but you could, you know, have a go at printing it at home as well if you wanted to. And it's actually available in sizes 28 through to 56. So there's a good size range there. Forget-me-not patterns are actually designed for someone that is around 5'6" in height. As I said, I'm taller than that, but they do tend to work pretty well for me. So it's always just worth having a look at the pattern pieces and then just seeing what you think before you cut into that lovely fabric of yours. The Helmy blouse did come with a fully illustrated instruction booklet showing some pictures and things like that, which I often find to be pretty helpful. I am someone that kind of learns by seeing rather than sometimes by actually reading. I know people learn in different ways, but you do kind of have the option to see the pictures and also see the written text as well if you are hoping to make this blouse and you are having a look at the instructions. So I hope you've enjoyed hearing about my Helmy blouse, and I'll now move on to my next project. So the next project that I wanted to share with you today is a t-shirt project, and this is a pattern that I've tried a couple of times before, but I've decided I absolutely love it. It's a lovely little t-shirt and it's a free pattern. So this is the Closet Core t-shirt pattern, and thank you so much to whoever it was here on the channel that suggested it to me in the first place. It's just such a lovely pattern, perfect for going into sort of spring, summertime, perfect for layering. There's a couple of different options that you can do. I've actually made the cropped version, but there is a longer version that you can make as well. There are different sleeve variations. So I've actually gone for the shorter sleeve version here, and I've actually used a plain pink cotton jersey fabric, which is really nice. So this fabric is from Minerva. I think it's probably one of their core ranges, I can't quite remember, but I actually have just 1 meter of this and I've used it to make this core t-shirt. So I have actually made a few little variations to this, which I'll explain. So it's actually supposed to be finished with a neckband, and it's supposed to be slightly higher on the neck area. I made another version and I didn't have enough fabric to actually do the neckband and stuff, and I decided that it would be quite nice to just drop that neckband down a little bit just to see how I found it. I found that I really actually liked it, so I thought I'd give it a go on this version as well. So what I've done is I've just lowered that front neckband here by about 1.5 inches approximately. I basically drew that onto my pattern piece and then just cut it with my scissors very carefully. And then all I've done here is I've just used my twin needle to top stitch all the way around the neck area, but I've not added on a neckband at all. In terms of the sizing for this one, I've actually made a size 8. That worked quite nicely for me. It is quite short in the body. As I said, I did make the cropped version, so perhaps in the future I might add 1 inch or so onto the bottom of the length of the hem. But to be honest, I tend to wear high-waisted things anyway, so it's not really causing me a problem. Occasionally it pops out of my skirt at the back, which is slightly irritating, but most of the time it's absolutely fine. And particularly if I wear this underneath a dress or a pinafore, works perfectly, so it's not an issue. But I really like this little t-shirt. This one is available in sizes 0 through to 32, and it's definitely suitable for beginners, but obviously anyone can give it a try. In terms of the instructions, it's actually available in English and also in French, which is great. But I would say that this pattern is one of those kind of timeless staples that you're just going to have in your wardrobe and bring out again and again and again. I think this is the 3rd version that I've made now, and I'm sure it won't be my last. I've already got kind of plans of fabrics that I've got in my stash that I think would work quite nicely for this. It's quite a nice stash buster, you know, if you've just got, you know, a very short amount of fabric left perhaps from another project and you want to make use of it, or perhaps you've picked up something from a rummage sale, or maybe you were having just a bit of a clear out and you've just got you know, a short amount of fabric left. Why not give this a go? Because it's, you know, it's quite a cool little top that's, you know, just suitable for so many different occasions. That's the back. and obviously that's the front there. So there is, as I said, a different sleeve variation that you can try as well. That's a 3/4 length arm, and you've also got the hip finish as well in terms of the length. So I've actually not tried that version, but you never know, maybe later on in the year when it gets a little bit colder, I might give that one a go as well. But for me, this one is my go-to at the moment. I haven't actually added on the breast pocket. You can do that if you want to, but I chose not to. Just depends on what you fancy. So yes, that's that one. So next, I shall share with you my little craft project that I've been working on. So this is a little bit different for me. I love just trying new things in terms of crafts and stuff. So I wanted to upcycle some trainers. So I bought some plain blue trainers from a shop called New Look, which you may or may not know. But I just bought them in the sale. I think it was like in the winter. They were just kind of reduced when I went in, and I thought, yes, I shall have those because they'd be perfect for later in the year. But they were plain. I will put in a picture of what they looked like originally. So I decided to use some heat press vinyl to cut out some lovely little shapes using some craft punches, and then I've upcycled them using these little shapes. So I've basically cut out some heart shapes and some star shapes, and as you can see, I've added them onto my trainers here. So they're just straightforward kind of lace up trainers, but I'm looking forward to wearing these. But I'm also kind of like, don't want to wear them as well, because you know, you've made something and it's really nice. I don't want them to get all muddy and horrible outside, but I will be wearing these soon, I'm sure. But I just wanted to show them to you before they get all messed up and horrible in the muddy weather and stuff. But I'm really pleased with these. I basically used the Happy Flock vinyl to do this. So, and that was from Happy Fabrics UK. You can find them online. I'm lucky I'm one of their kind of brand ambassador people, so I got given the heat vinyl for free to try it out. In terms of the little punches that I used to make these, I literally bought those from Hobbycraft, and they're really cute. I'll get them and I'll show you actually. So these are the little craft punches that I use. So you can use these for paper craft, and you can use them for lots of different things, I'm sure. And they come in a various you know, number of different shapes and things, but I liked the heart one, and I thought the star one was quite fun as well. So all you do is kind of feed the vinyl into the hole punch it down, and then obviously it comes out and you've got your little shape. I actually just used my iron to iron these on, but you could use, if you've got like a heat press iron type thing, you could use that. Obviously you couldn't use a kind of proper heat press because you couldn't put the whole trainer in there. I basically stuffed the trainer with some tea towels that I had in my kitchen just to make it a firm surface, and then I ironed these on. Really didn't take me very long to do both shoes, probably about an hour and a half or so, but I'm really pleased with how they've actually worked out in the end. I love the pastel colours. I think that the green one was called Mint, I think, and I think that was just some kind of pastel pink colour, the other one. But I had lots of fun doing these, and it was just really nice to do something that was a little bit different, to be honest. I've actually got some plain pink trainers as well that I'm hoping to upcycle, maybe put some heart designs onto those as well. I might even use like a glitter type vinyl, I'm not sure, but I shall give that a little bit of thought and then let you know how I get on with that. But I'm super pleased with how these have actually worked out. So if you are looking for a little craft project and want to try something a little bit different, I would recommend having a go at doing these. Yeah, so a really sort of cheap little project to do as well. Hobbycraft often have little offers on. I think I got a coupon that I found online, so I did actually get some money off these, which was quite cool. So yes, but that's all I've got to share with you today. So I hope you've enjoyed seeing my recent makes, including my little craft project as well. I will be back on my channel sharing some more kind of works in progress and things that I've been up to in the near future. I do try and post videos on Tuesdays, so if you do stay tuned to my channel, press that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't already. That would be amazing. If you have enjoyed watching today, I would love it if you could leave me any comments down below. about any of the projects that I've shared, what you're working on as well. I always want to know what you're working on. It does inspire me to think about my own future projects. And if you could press that like button too, I'd really appreciate it, because it does encourage YouTube to share my videos with other people that like this sort of thing. But until next time, I'll leave it there. Thanks so much for joining me today, and I'll see you again really soon. Bye.